All right, I'm going on with the interview of Gabriel the homeless. I think this is the fourth. I think it is. And by now he's gone from Puerto Rico to uh, Lancaster, then down to Florida. And that was because his mom and dad separated. And he was in Florida, I think, for 5 years. I may be getting some of the stuff wrong. Uh, Miss Pennsylvania, if I understand it right. He just, it was too rowdy a place down there, and he just wanted, he was saying Pennsylvania's a great place. Came back to to Millersville, uh, and I think I'm gonna let him take it there and see if he can get him and his dad to Shellsburg. Press that button and.
How's it going, guys? So the story is gonna be about when I moved back to Pennsylvania from Florida. We liked Florida. We liked Florida kinda, but it was just the rent was getting way too high. It was getting way too high, and it was really hard to just find anything, you know. So we thought it'd be easier to find one in Lancaster. And my dad helped us out with that again, despite the fact that him and my mom, they were divorced. So despite the fact that they're divorced, they actually collided again, and they helped each other out, you know. My dad told me secretly he hopes that she gets back with him, so he kind of did that. He kind of helped her out just so he can kind of get with her again, but that never really worked out, you know. But the thing is, my mom, she got a job at doing a what's it called? Working at she got a job working at a nursing home, and I was just delivering bread for a little bit, not for a long time, raised some money. A couple years went by. We're kind of bored, you know. Me and my dad, we were talking about buying land, and just living off the land, getting away from the government, getting back in nature, getting back to the basics, and just really getting the things right in life, the things how it should be done.
I'm going to interrupt and say here's
Yep.
this book is Gabriel's. I had a copy of that same book, and I gave it to the Amish that moved in here recently, and so I was pretty interested to see that it tells me a little bit about Gabriel's dad, that he would have had that book. What's that?
That's just a random page.
Yeah.
All quality.
Yeah, this is a Reader's Digest book that I've talked about in the past. So anyway, when he said back to the basics, he saw his dad's book right here beside me. All right, sorry to interrupt. On you go again.
We took a lot of inspiration from things like that, and we really wanted to be the types of guys to get off the grid and just not have to put up with the government taxes, keep them as low as possible. You know, I like camping, and I don't like sound. I'm not a materialistic person. I feel like people put too much effort into materials. People care about, whether you have nice shoes, despite them gonna get dirty anyways. Things of that nature. Some people they feel like they need a watch, even though nowadays people carry a cell phone, or just little things like that. Some things don't really matter to me in life. And that's something people think I'm weird about. People think that I'm weird just because I don't care if I wear boots all the time, or if I'm a pretty functional type of guy. I really focus on the functional aspects of things. And me and my dad, he's kind of like that. My dad actually lives in a van, so he renovated a van, and we kind of like lived there. He would work in the week, and then I would be doing some work in the week in the land that we bought. And we're planning on flipping it. He knew that I was under the assumption that we were gonna flip it, but we just kept getting too many arguments and too many disputes, and we disagreed on a lot.
And
of things.
that land was 3 acres.
That land was only 3 acres, but it was pretty good. It was perfect for you to flip it, because the house there burnt down. So all we had to do was just take the firewood and just burn it again, or just get rid of it, just throw it away, And all we had to do was just build a house. We're gonna build a shed, I mean, we fixed the wells. we fixed one well. We were gonna fix the other well, but we didn't get to it. I mean, there was a lot of work to be done there, and we were going to do it, but he didn't. We just kept disagreeing and things, and sometimes I want to do something this way, and he didn't want to do it, and then we would do it his way, and then I would have to tell him like, hey, I told you so, and then, so some things didn't work out really, But
both of you were living in the van.
I mean, yes and no. I was living in my tent throughout the week, but then like when he would come from Friday to like almost Monday or Sunday or something like that, or like late Sunday. So we were just staying in his van. So we just kept getting in arguments about dumb stuff because my father's I'm gonna try to keep this by using kind words, even though they're not that many to describe him, but he's and pretty much we just had a falling out, and because eventually we realized that we ran out of, like, the budget kept getting thinner and thinner, so the land it became harder to get the things right. But the thing is, long story short, we got in a big argument, and pretty much some things were said from his side mostly, but that he can't really come back from. So we kind of just he didn't want to flip it no more. So even though he needed me to do all the heavy lifting and all the man work, but he thought that just because he's the brains and I just wanted 50-50. I want to flip it 50-50.
Okay,
I didn't want the whole thing.
We'll have to cut this short, but you'd put your money in with his, right?
Yeah.
To buy $43,000 for 3 acres?
No, I didn't put.
No, but wasn't it total?
That was the total, and we were gonna pay it off. But we needed the down payment of $1,000.
Yeah.
He argued that because I only put $460 to the down payment, that he deserves bigger chair. Even though I thought to myself, the plan was that we're gonna flip it in 5 years. So we're gonna get ready. So we're gonna live in it for 5 years, and then we're gonna flip it. And then he would take his half and do whatever he wants to do. He can buy land in Puerto Rico. That's what he wants to do. And I could just get an RV and become a blacksmith. And sometimes I thought about getting a land with a lake so I could get a boat, or something like that. But pretty much, I was gonna go to blacksmith school. I was gonna go, I'm not a type of guy that would waste money on. I don't waste money in general on anything. I don't waste money, so.
All right, so I'm gonna stop you here, so I can makes it a little easier for me to separate this.
My bad.
All right, so to be continued soon.